The illusion of reality. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you see, hear, and feel might not be as real as you think. Scientists have long debated the nature of reality, and some of the latest research suggests that our thoughts don't just interpret the world, they actively shape it. Quantum physics has revealed that particles behave differently when observed, leading to the bizarre conclusion that consciousness itself may play a fundamental role in reality. But what does this mean for us? Could our thoughts influence the physical world? Could belief alone alter the course of our lives? Consider the placebo effect, where sugar pills often work as well as real medicine simply because people believe they will. This isn't just a psychological trick, it's a measurable, biological response. The brain releases chemicals based on expectations, proving that belief can rewire our physical state. But what if this principle extends beyond medicine? What if thoughts could influence not just our bodies but the very fabric of the universe? Some researchers believe that focused intention can affect random number generators, water molecules, and even human DNA. If true, this would mean that reality isn't something that happens to us. It's something we help create. But how does this work? And what does it mean for the limits of human potential? To understand the science behind mind over matter, we must first explore the strange connection between consciousness and the physical world. The quantum-mind connection. Quantum physics is filled with paradoxes that defy logic, and perhaps the most famous is the double-slit experiment. When electrons pass through two slits, they behave like waves until someone observes them. The moment they're watched, they suddenly act like particles. This suggests that observation or consciousness itself influences the physical world. Some scientists believe this isn't just an odd quirk of physics. It's a glimpse into a much deeper truth. If consciousness can alter the behavior of subatomic particles, could it also shape the larger world around us? The controversial idea known as the observer effect suggests that reality exists in a state of probability until it is observed. This raises a mind-boggling question. Are we unknowingly shaping our own reality just by thinking about it? Researchers have tested this idea in various ways, including studies on the power of intention. In one experiment, participants focused their thoughts on influencing a random number generator. Astonishingly, their mental intent seemed to push the outcomes in their favor, something that should be statistically impossible. Other studies have shown that directed thoughts can change the structure of water crystals, influence plant growth, and even alter brainwave patterns in others. If thoughts can affect matter, then the implications are staggering. Could mastering our minds allow us to manipulate reality itself? The placebo effect, proof that belief changes biology. The placebo effect is one of the strongest pieces of evidence that thoughts can influence the body. In countless medical trials, patients given sugar pills have experienced real, measurable improvements, sometimes even curing diseases, simply because they believed they were receiving actual medicine. But this isn't just psychology, it's biology in action. When a person believes a pill will work, their brain releases chemicals, endorphins, dopamine, and even immune-boosting agents that mimic the effects of real drugs. In some cases, the placebo effect has outperformed actual treatments. But the most shocking part? Placebos can work even when people know they're fake. This suggests that belief itself, rather than deception, is the true force at play. The implications are profound. If the mind can heal the body without medicine, what else can it do? Some researchers have taken this idea further, exploring whether belief alone could influence external events. Could the same mechanisms that heal the body also shape the world around us? If thoughts alone can trigger biological changes, is it possible that they could influence the reality beyond our own bodies? The science of intention. The idea that thoughts shape reality is often dismissed as pseudoscience, but some researchers take it very seriously. The Global Consciousness Project, for example, has spent decades studying whether collective human thought influences the physical world. Using random number generators placed around the planet, scientists found that when major world events occur, such as 9/11 or the death of a global figure, the machines show unexpected patterns, as if human emotions are somehow altering reality. Similar studies have tested whether meditation, prayer, or focused intention can affect external events. Astonishingly, multiple experiments suggest that human thought alone can influence quantum systems, biological processes, and even mechanical devices. But how is this possible? Some theories suggest that consciousness is not confined to the brain, but is instead an interconnected field of energy that interacts with reality at a fundamental level. If true, this would mean our thoughts are not just private experiences, they are forces that ripple through the fabric of existence itself. The question is no longer whether the mind affects reality, but how much control we actually have. The power of visualization. Elite athletes, CEOs, and even NASA astronauts have long used visualization techniques to enhance performance. Studies show that mentally rehearsing an action activates the same neural pathways as physically performing it. In one experiment, participants who only imagined lifting weights saw measurable muscle growth without ever touching a dumbbell. This suggests that the brain doesn't fully distinguish between real and imagined experiences. If visualization can enhance athletic ability, could it also shape reality in other ways? Some researchers believe that focused mental imagery can increase the likelihood of desired outcomes, from financial success to personal health. The key lies in consistency and emotional intensity. When a thought is deeply felt, the brain treats it as real. But does this mean we can manifest anything we desire? Or is there a limit to what thought alone can achieve? The hidden power of words. Words carry more power than we realize. Studies have shown that the language we use affects not only our thoughts but also our physiology. In one experiment, water exposed to positive words formed beautiful, symmetrical crystals, while water exposed to negative words created distorted, chaotic shapes. If language can alter the structure of water, a substance that makes up 60% of the human body, what effect does it have on our health, emotions, and reality itself? Ancient cultures believed in the power of words, using mantras and affirmations to influence the mind and body. Modern science is beginning to confirm what mystics have known for centuries. The way we speak shapes the way we think, and the way we think shapes the world around us. The biology of belief rewiring your reality. For decades, scientists believed that the brain was a fixed, unchangeable organ, that once you reached adulthood, your neural pathways were set in stone. But groundbreaking research in neuroplasticity has shattered this belief. It turns out that the brain is constantly rewiring itself based on thoughts, experiences, and even expectations. This means that the way you think doesn't just influence your perception of reality, it physically reshapes your brain. Studies show that when people repeatedly focus on a particular thought or belief, their neurons form stronger connections related to that idea, making it easier for the brain to reinforce that reality. This is why people who practice gratitude tend to become happier over time, while those who dwell on negativity often spiral into deeper distress. But what if this rewiring process could be used to manifest real-world outcomes? Some neuroscientists believe that our thoughts create electromagnetic patterns that influence not just our internal biology, but the world around us. The question is, if your mind is constantly reshaping your brain and body, could it also be reshaping your future? And if so, how can you consciously take control of this process to design the life you want? The power of collective consciousness. If a single person's thoughts can influence reality, what happens when thousands or even millions of people focus on the same idea? Researchers studying collective consciousness suggest that human minds are not isolated but connected through an invisible web of energy. This theory is supported by studies showing that large groups of meditators can reduce crime rates, lower violence in war zones, and even influence global events. The most famous of these experiments involved mass meditation events where participants focused on peace and harmony. Astonishingly, data showed a statistically significant drop in violent crime during these periods. Even more bizarre are studies suggesting that mass human emotion can influence physical systems, such as weather patterns or computer-generated randomness. If true, this would mean that reality itself is malleable, shaped by the collective energy of human intention. But could this knowledge be used for more than just experiments? Could humanity, as a whole, learn to harness its collective consciousness to create a better world? Or does this power work both ways, where fear, negativity, and conflict also shape reality in destructive ways? Can thoughts transcend time and space? If consciousness can affect matter, does it also have the ability to reach beyond the present moment? Some researchers believe that thoughts are not bound by time and space, that the mind may be capable of influencing the past or even glimpsing the future. Precognition, or the ability to foresee events before they happen, has been reported throughout history, from ancient oracles to modern-day intuitive. While mainstream science remains skeptical, some studies suggest that the human mind may indeed have a subtle awareness of future events. In experiments involving random images, participants' physiological responses often indicated anticipation of a shocking or emotional image before it appeared, suggesting that their subconscious minds sensed something ahead of time. Similarly, remote viewing experiments conducted by intelligence agencies attempted to use trained individuals to see distant locations or events without physical access. If thoughts can reach beyond time and space, what does this mean for our understanding of reality? Could mastering the mind allow us to predict or even alter the future? The final secret: unlocking your full potential. The evidence is mounting. Thoughts shape reality in ways we are only beginning to understand. From quantum physics to neurobiology, from the placebo effect to collective consciousness, science is revealing that the mind is far more powerful than we ever imagined. But if thoughts influence reality, then the most important question remains: how do you harness this power for yourself? The key lies in intentional focus, belief, and emotional energy. Visualization, affirmations, gratitude, and mindfulness are not just self-help cliches. They are tools for rewiring the brain and influencing the world around us. If reality is truly shaped by consciousness, then mastering your thoughts is the first step to mastering your life. But with great power comes great responsibility. If you could shape your world with your thoughts, what would you create? And more importantly, what are you creating right now without even realizing it?